How are you doing, folks? Hey, Monday, that was an interesting Periscope, wasn't it? We had a load of mentalists here. Selena, good evening. It was it was interesting, wasn't it? We had a lot of psychopaths, basically talking a load of nonsense, but it was interesting. We had nearly 400 people watching that Periscope. We must have only had about 10 idiots. So hopefully we'll get the 390 nice people and the idiots will stay away. What I'm going to do, if they come on tonight, guys, we're going to be banning them. It was funny though, missed the last scope, Selena. Go and watch the replay. I uploaded it with all the comments. It was a good laugh. It did, I mean, admittedly, I think it probably kind of like spoiled some of the impact of what I was trying to kind of teach and get across to people on the scope. But it was a lesson because there was people on there and they wasted like 25 minutes, 30 minutes of their time trolling that scope. Good evening, Kim. And I said to them, look guys, if you're doing this on my scope and then you do it for another like 2 scopes today and you've already done it on a scope before mine, you've wasted 2 hours of your day. And I don't think they'd have been able to do the maths, Nina. Nina's calling them losers, and they were. But that's 56 hours a month that they're then wasting on average, that they could be putting to far better use. So hopefully they will have taken a little bit of that on board, even, you know, behind all the bravado, and they'll use that to better their lives. We did learn a lot last week, more than what was intended. Exactly, Tony. So I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it. I think it's, you know, that's what's so great about doing things live and unplanned, is you never know what's going to happen. Now, it was all going great until I asked people to share last time. Let's do, who do we reckon was the people who shared it and ended up with sharing it to the morons? Let's try an experiment tonight. Share this scope, guys, with your followers, and we'll see if these people come back. Hopefully it will just attract normal people. If the idiots do come back tonight, I will kick them, because I can not only kick them for tonight, but I can block them as well. But we shouldn't let other people suffer because of a few morons. So be kind enough, if you would, to share this again. This is going to help people regardless of what they are, whether they're actors or not tonight. And we'll see if we can just get some nice people on. I think if you're on your iPhone, you swipe left to right, I think, or up to down. One of them, if you're on Android, is left to right, one is up and down. Thank you, Tony. I don't think it was you, Tony, because most of the people, when I've looked at who came on, looked at their profiles afterwards, from the UK. So Tony's exempt from taking the blame because he's in the States. Kim, thanks for sharing. It's going to be interesting. We'll see more people joining, but hopefully it was just a bit of a one-off. Thank you, Miranda, for sharing. So tonight, guys, we're looking at something that I'm always fascinated by, and always I'm looking to kind of I don't know, definitely improve the quality of the people that you hang out with, not replace people. I'm not saying trade in your mates for new mates and that kind of thing. But the quality of the people you hang out with and the people you have in your life absolutely determine the amount of success that you can, you can kind of manufacture, I guess. And you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends and your associates. So Jim Rohn, I've mentioned him loads of times, said that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I think that's very true. The people you hang out with the most, you know, if you hang out with 5 whining morons or 5 of those trolls who were on the last scope, you'll become the 6th. If you hang out with 5 inspirational, aspirational go-getters, you know, you're going to become the 6th as well. And you'll be the average of those 5 people, not just in your success, but in your average income, your average physiology, like your physicality, sorry. So in terms of like the average body shape you are, if you're hanging around with 5 really out of shape people, you'll probably be out of shape. Same with your kind of emotional mastery. If you're hanging out with 5 depressed people, you'll probably be the 6th depressed person. Everything affects everything, so you become the average of those 5. Now, I've been reading a lot of articles this week talking about the types of people you need in your life to have success, and across nearly every article and every study that I've read, 7 particular like roles, I guess, of these people come up. 7 particular types of people in your life come up time and time again, that a lot of people, probably far cleverer than me and far more research than me, feel you need in your life to guarantee yourself success. So I thought it'd be interesting. I printed off a little description of all 7 of these people, and then there's some of them that I can't quite figure out whether I've got this person in my life or not, right? So I want you to tell me whether you've got this person or these people in your lives or not. You can name them if you want. Tell us who they are. They might be your best mates, they might be your siblings, it could be your parents, all kinds of different people. But I thought it was interesting to share this list with you, and we can tick them off and go, okay, have I got that person in my life? And if I've not, maybe I need to kind of go out there and discover that person and seek them out and bring them into my inner circle. But like I say, there's 7 of these, not just 5. So tonight we are looking at 7 people you need in your life to succeed. Boom. Before we begin, do you reckon how would you rate your circle, your inner circle, out of 10 in terms of the people who, do they inspire you? Do they charge you? Are they battery chargers that you're hanging out with? Or do you find that actually, you know, when you hang out with certain people in your life, you feel drained, or maybe your family drain you, or your partner's a bit of a misery guts? You know, I don't know. Give me a mark out of 10. What do you reckon out of your peer group? Do you need to upgrade your peer group? Or do you think they're all right? Are they serving you well right now? 5, says Selena. So that's just so there's a way to go there. So that's just 8. 8 from Helen Power. I didn't see you join, Helen. Good to see you. I always do this when Helen joins because of her name, Power. Nina's smashing it with a 9. No beating around the bush there. That's very, very good. Some are very positive, others very negative. Okay, so they're going to kind of like balance each other out as a bit of a neutral. 3, Miranda. Well, we can sort that out very quickly. You're in the right place. You're here. Look at you hanging out with us. I've cut back time with a lot of friends. Too much negativity. Tony's very positive, by the way. He's not in the UK, so you can't go and hang out with him very easily, but follow Tony, because he does some really good videos as well. I think he does Periscopes as well. Tony, let us know when your next Periscope is. Fanny's got a 1! Was that missing a 0, Fanny, or was it really a 1? Because that's, well, I mean, those people who are kind of 1s and 3s, don't worry about it, because you can easily improve the situation. Lulu's on a 5, 7 or 8 from Kim. Right, okay, well, this is interesting, right? Let's tick these people off and see if we've got these in our lives. If you can have like your group of 5 to be at least one of each of these people, you're going to be winning. You guys are why I didn't put lower. Excellent, Miranda. Mary's here as well. Good evening, Mary. How are you doing? By the way, guys, I put a different colour t-shirt on tonight as well. I wore blue the other night and I've gone for green tonight. I normally have like 25 black t-shirts. So I thought, let's just, let's bring a bit of colour now. Spring is here. Excellent. So the first one, give me some hearts if you've got this person in your life. Okay, I'm going to read you the title of it first, then I'll give you a description. The title is The Kind-Hearted Friend. Okay, this type of person is willing to offer you anything, from kind words to their contacts, even financial aid, enabling you to pursue your dreams. The kind-hearted friend is generous and desires to see you progress. If they notice your potential, they feel they owe it to you to give you what you need to be successful. Do you have that kind-hearted friend who you could just call on to lend you some cash if you were desperate and you needed a bit of money to follow your dreams, not to go out and get drunk at the pub, but if you went, look, I really need to do this workshop with this casting director. If you're an actor, you might need, I don't know, a tie for an interview, or I don't know, whatever. And they can lend you that money. They'll always be there. They always see the good in you. They're just the kind-hearted friend in your life. And this could be, I mean, it doesn't have to, it could be a family member. Your best mate might be like your brother or your sister, or, a lot of girls say their best mate is their mum. My mum's one of my best mates, without a doubt. Nina says, yeah, but it's not my agent. You don't need to worry about that. I think it would be weird if your kind-hearted friend was your agent. That would, although it would be very good for your agent to see all of the positive in you. Yes, my best friend and my mum, Selena. There you go. Good work. So let us know who else. Tony, have you got that person in your life? Mary, Lulu, Fanny. Have you got this person in your life, the kind-hearted friend? Maybe it's someone who you've known a long, long time. You might be been neighbours since forever, or school. So Fanny's not got the kind-hearted friend. Not sure, says Lulu. Okay, interesting. We'll write it down, right? Keep a list of these guys. And if you watch on the replay, by the way, I just want to say thanks to everyone for watching on the replay. Click on the link below this video and you'll be able to download a PDF of these. I'm the kind-hearted friend. Kim says that as well. Mary says that. Tony's got a few. Well, that's brilliant. Tony's living with an abundance of kind-hearted friends. Yeah, you might be that person for a lot of people, and yet you might not have that person reciprocate that for you, maybe. And if that's the case, you know, maybe you need to address that, not in a conflict kind of way, but you know, maybe you need to raise your standards of what you demand from other people and what you expect of them. Sometimes we can let people walk all over us, and we'll go well out of our way for other people, and actually when you think about it, you go, oh, you know, they don't really go out of their way for me, so maybe I need to start asking for more. The book The Go-Giver helps teach qualities of how to be that friend, says Tony. Make a note of that, The Go-Giver. So the next one of our 7, so we've had the kind-hearted friend. I think we might all have one of these people in our lives, but some people might think actually they're a bit mental. Miranda's blessed with a couple of those kind-hearted friends. Excellent. Sometimes these people are ridiculed a little bit for being pie in the sky, and maybe people go, oh, but you know, they're not realistic. But I think these are utterly essential in your life. Number 2, the die-hard optimist. Okay, when you're overwhelmed with challenges and obstacles, you need the die-hard optimist to help you see the positive angle on your situation. A positive view is one that takes you in the right direction and helps you focus on results rather than limitations. Massively important, results, not limitations. The die-hard optimist may be a dreamer or a philosopher. They know that everything will work out for you, even if you don't. Fanny's saying, that's me, that's me, that's me. Brilliant. So yeah, you'll always have, Nina's that person as well. Everyone's going, yeah, Selena's got that person, brilliant. So yeah, I've definitely got this person in my life who just seems like so laid back, they're like horizontal. Needed one of those tonight, said Mary. We'll be that person for you tonight, Mary. Everything is going to be alright, I assure you. Sometimes you just need to hear it though, don't you? And we can get, you know, wrapped up emotionally in things and become overwhelmed. These people are generally very practical. They're the people who just step back and go, what's the problem? Where's the fire? Nobody's died, you know, nothing mental has happened that can't be fixed. They're brilliant. They're just brilliant people who always see the good in everybody. You know, they could, I don't know, they'll give anybody anything. They'll just be very happy. They're the people who stop and talk to anybody when you're out on a night out, and you're always going, "Come on, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just talking to this person," or whatever. They're great, but yeah, the die-hard optimist. We need a die-hard optimist in our lives who's always just going to be there to go, it's all right, everything's going to work out for the best, even if you don't see it at the time. So that's the second person. So we've had the kind-hearted friend and the die-hard optimist. Third person, and I think you should have like loads of these people actually. I've definitely got 4 or 5 of these people in my life. Sam, good evening. Good to see you. We're talking about 7 people you need in your life tonight, Sam. The first person was the kind-hearted friend. The second person was the die-hard optimist. And we're asking you if you've got these people in your life. So, 3. You should have loads of these. The mentor. I bang on about these all the time, right? But you need a mentor in loads of different areas of your life. Sasha Borg is Kim's optimistic friend. Awesome. Sasha is optimistic. Everyone knows the value of a mentor in becoming successful. The mentor is the person who has experience and has sailed through the journey of success. They've made mistakes and have learnt lessons from them, which they can impart with you. That's the key to it. Rather than you making those mistakes, they've already made them and can tell you what not to do. They are concerned about your growth and are willing to provide advice, guidance and perspective to see you through your journey. So they're saying me. Well, that's amazing. It's a privilege for me to be a mentor to anybody, and whenever I can give advice of anything that I've done before, don't hesitate to ask or tweet me or Facebook message me. I can't always get back to people like straight away because I get quite a lot of messages through every day, but I will, even if it takes me like a week or 10 days, I will always eventually catch up. I had to email somebody the other day and went, I'm sorry I've not replied to this for 3.5 weeks, but I literally had to sit down one morning. I had 325 emails to go through. It's pretty tough, but yeah, it's a pleasure if people see me as a mentor. Absolute privilege for me to play that role. But I think you need a mentor and multiple mentors as well. You know, maybe you've got your personal trainer. You might have your a financial kind of mentor or a business mentor. Not in my world, says Nina. That's you, Ross, says Kim. Ruth's here as well. Good evening, Ruth. So Nina, so you don't think you've got any mentors, Nina? Because you need to seek them out if that's the case, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, much of the time in my businesses and things that's going on in my life, I always think, well, you know, if I'm not sure about something, I'm not sure how I'm going to do something or what steps are even required, rather than me get everything wrong or, you know, bang my head against a brick wall and make all those mistakes, I just find somebody who's done it, and I'm super cheeky and will just email them and try and exchange some value that I can bring to them in exchange for their time as well. I said, Sam, she's saying nice colour t-shirt. I said I would put a different t-shirt on tonight, rather than just black all the time. But yeah, if you can just don't be afraid of asking people who are more successful than you how they've done it, and go for people who like you wouldn't think would reply as well. As long as you're not saying, don't ever say, and I've said this a million times before, don't ever use the line in an email, can I pick your brains and over coffee? Because nobody wants their brains to be, I think it sounds disgusting, to be picked over coffee, alright? Coffee is good, but don't ask to pick somebody's brains. It's the most overused term on the planet, and people instantly go, oh God. Look at what you can offer value-wise in exchange. If it's a director, maybe you can offer, I don't know, if it's an independent director, maybe you can offer to just be a runner on set for a day. You know, or you can, I don't know what, just offer any of your skills, any kind of unique ability that you've got. For me, it's always, I'll help you with your website, I'll improve your website, I'll optimize your website, you know, something that's going to have an impact on their lives positively in exchange for spending some time with me. But get as many mentors as you can, both, like I say, in the gym, in your business, in your acting career, in every area of your life, spiritually, you know, just everything you can imagine. If you can get as many successful people to aid your success, you're winning. So that's the third one, the mentor. Now, number 4, I don't like ever playing this role. Sometimes we have to play it for people to get a rounded picture of everything, and sometimes we have to ask people to play it for us. I don't think this is really a static position for somebody to play, but people will switch in and out of this role over time. Where's Tony Rossi when you need a dating mentor? Yeah, exactly. Tony's the dating mentor, definitely. We've got to, we'll have some international speed dating thing going on. Tony and Sam and everybody will do some kind of blab, speed dating blab or something. 4 guys, like this person I'm talking about, devil's advocate. You've maybe had to play this part before and you haven't liked it, but we need these people in our lives. As much as you need someone who's willing to dream with you and make such dreams seem effortless, you also need the devil's advocate. The devil's advocate is someone who looks at a goal logically and critically, identifying any weaknesses in it. Devil's advocate is not always a pleasurable role to play, but having this person in your life is vital if you're to see the full picture. So sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, I can get a little bit carried away all at once, and I go, I want to do this, oh God, and then I can do that, and then I can do this, and I can do this, and then I'm like, sometimes I go, whoo, just chill a minute, right? Let's just do, what's the most important out of those 3 things? Or maybe what is the push goal? Okay, so we'll all have goals that we want, we might have 10 goals. One of those goals will be a push goal. And if you do that one first, it's like a domino effect. It will knock the others down. But sometimes you want to go for the others first, and it's not always wise. You need devil's advocate to step in and go, actually, you know what would be best here? It's not really logical to do that now. Why don't you get this set up first, which might take a bit more time, but you're going to be able to knock those other goals down like dominoes if you get this one done. So have you got someone who plays that role in your life? Maybe it's somebody who does talk sense, but sometimes you don't want to hear it, but you know you have to. And then you go, oh, you're just dampening my fire again, but sometimes we need it. Love push goal concept, says Tony. Very valuable, really valuable, definitely. Do it every single year. I get my 10 goals lined up for the year, and then I always have one that's like the catalyst for the other 9. That's usually me, says Selena. Selena's normally devil's advocate. Do you sometimes play it for yourself though? Right, and sometimes talk yourself out of stuff, because sometimes it's not wise to be that person in your own life. It's always good to go and soundboard your ideas off somebody else to play that role, because you can easily talk yourself out of stuff if you play that for yourself. I think Sasha and I are each other's. Sasha's playing a big role in your life tonight, Kim. She's not on the Scope Live, but she'll be watching on the replay. Selena says she does play that role for herself occasionally. I think we all can be culpable of that. But yeah, rather than play that role for yourself, find someone else to do it for you. Because equally, devil's advocate might go, actually, I agree, and I don't see a downside to that. You go for it. And then they become the, I don't know, maybe the kind-hearted friend or one of the other, one of the other roles we're going to look at. I think a few of these rolled into one for some friends. Yeah, absolutely, because particularly devil's advocate, it's not like a static role that someone plays. They're always that person who's rational and always realistic or always logical. Sometimes someone just has to step into those shoes for a few moments, and then they can step out of them shoes again. And you will have to do that for other people as well. Number 5, okay, you need this person, and this doesn't have to be someone you know. You don't have to know this person personally, but I want to know actually who this person is in your life. Let me read you this, and I want you to tell me exactly who it is. Give me a name of the person. Don't be afraid. Okay, it's the inspirational figure, okay? Different from your mentor. This is not like your mentor, guys. The inspirational figure acts more like a role model, okay? You might not have immediate access to your role model. You may never have met, but their impact on you will be very strong indeed. You'll look up to this person and aspire to have their success. Take what works for them and implement those things into your own life. So it might be somebody in the acting industry, like your favourite actor, who's like, oh, I just want to be like them, they seem to get everything right, or I'd love to follow that kind of journey they've been on. Somebody in business who you can actually go, well, let's see what's working for them in their business. How are they marketing themselves right now, and how can I emulate that to have that similar kind of success? So you don't have to know these people. The Kid President is brilliant, isn't he? For those who haven't got no idea who Kid President is, he's a little guy. I think he's been on the scene a while now, so he might not be that little. I saw him when he was about 10 or something on YouTube. You can Google Kid President, and I think he's got some kind of problem, whether like if it's with his bones or muscular or something. He's not as strong as other kids. He's got some kind of disability there. But he does these really motivational videos that I think his dad or someone he knows films for him. They're really well shot and they're just hilarious. He's a really cool, cute little kid who's probably not that cute anymore. Yeah, he definitely has, Sam. He's not like 100% with something to do. It's either skeletal or muscular. I can't remember, but he talks about it in one of his videos. But he's great, and you watch one of his videos and you just think, oh, the world's all right. The world's okay. Kid President, super inspirational. Who else have we got? Who is your inspirational figure? Let me know. Tony Rossi, who's your inspirational figure? Selena, Fanny, everyone else who's been chatting so far, who's your inspirational figure? Kim, it can't be Sasha. Okay, so let me know who your inspirational figure is. For me, my inspirational figures are kind of like, some of them are my mentors as well, in a way. I like to emulate a lot of what they do, marketing wise and social media wise. Kevin McNally and J.K. Rowling, yeah, wow, awesome. Julie Waits, I'm going to take that as Walters. Julie Walters. Angelina Jolie, because she used her fame for good. Yeah, she is great, Angelina. Does lots of cool stuff. Sierra Bogues. Who's that, Helen? I don't know who that is. Let me know though. Maybe I'll have to check her out. But yeah, there's loads. I'm trying to think who. Yogi and Brill actress. I'll need to look her up. On Broadway. Oh, it's 30. You see, that's why I won't know. Honestly, one thing I can't mentor anyone on is theatre. TV and film, I'm your man. Theatre, I am clueless. Literally, no idea. I don't think I'll ever. I think I'm too old to get into any theatre cliques. I don't think any directors in theatre would look at me and give me a job. Leo DiCaprio, for the same reason as Angelina. Yeah, absolutely. So awesome. It's great. I'm trying to think who would be my. Do you know what? Like growing up, the biggest inspiration for me, performance-wise, without a doubt, was Michael Jackson. Just like, I did used to emulate him. You should see my moonwalk. And now, I don't drink anymore. Back in the day, in my 20s, give me 6 vodka Red Bulls and get me on that dance floor. I would just be moonwalking for the rest of the night, 6 hours straight. I would moonwalk from the dance floor to the bar. He was my hero, said Selena. I shall invite you to my next show soon in the Northwest. Yeah, do, Helen. Awesome. We'll come and check it out. But yeah, Michael Jackson was like just my all-time kind of hero. You know, growing up, I used to try and emulate him dancing wise. I think we'd all struggle to emulate his success. Wow, I mean, unbelievable. But yeah, always, you know, watch that person, watch videos of this person who inspires you. Always, you know, get inspiration from them. My little boy's obsessed with MJ. Says Miranda, amazing. I was utterly obsessed. I had a tape of his, right, that he did. He played a concert in Bucharest, Romania, in maybe like 1990 or something like that. And I recorded it on VHS cassette, and I used to play it. I played it so much that it started like skipping. This is cassette started skipping and stretching and going, like bits of it would start stammering and stuff. Every time my parents went out the room to watch, like, say they're watching Emmerdale or Coronation Street. Tony, they're soap operas we have over here. Days of Your Life, right, for America. If they ever went out of the room for End of Part 1, even for that like 45 seconds or whatever, a minute, I would put the tape in and just get a little woo, a little dance on. It is literally ridiculous. I was just utterly obsessed with that guy. He's unbelievable. So that's number 5, guys, the inspirational figure. Number 6, we've got 2 more people left who you need to have in your life. Number 6, this is interesting. I don't know if I think I have got this figure. I think I have. Great image of me dancing, says Miranda. Is the loyalist, okay? The loyalist sees you for your strengths and is a full-time supporter of your cause. This is probably our mums and dads. They want you to succeed, and in their eyes, you can do no wrong. This person has your back at any hour and would go to great lengths to help you succeed. The type of friend you can go months without talking to, but when you meet, it's like you've never been apart. Have you got that person in your life and you're like, you know what? Don't need to Facebook you, don't need to talk to you for 6 months, and I know when we meet up, we're just going to leave off. We're going to start off where we left. My best friend, says Selena. It's probably like one of the most important, I think, out of this lot. You've always just got that person who you know you could ring at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they'd be there. It's the type of person, whenever there's a death in your family, there's a couple of people when my dad died who came forward out of my circle and were just like rock solid for me, and were like, you know what, if you need anything, mate, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, you phone me and I'll come round. And I knew they really meant it, and I could have phoned them at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they'd have been round like no problem. And there's people who I would be like that for them. Definitely, I would love to be that part, of their life. So we all need that, definitely, and it's great if you've got that person in your life. The last one is this is kind of it's an interesting one. This my friend Holly says Kim. Kim is that's your loyalist, Kim, yeah. 7. This one came up in nearly every article that I read on the people you need in your life, and this is quite a difficult one for me to go, who plays this part. Sometimes people I kind of employ almost play this part, but I don't know if I've got them without paying them. I don't know. It's the sidekick. Okay, now this is more like a companion, a buddy, a full-time supporter of your cause. They're there for you, so not like your loyalists, not simply because they are loyal, but because you form a formidable team, okay? Their skills complement yours, and together you get shit done. Okay, your sidekick, there we go, they are astute, and make opportunities happen. Your sidekick knows what makes you tick and holds you accountable for what gets done as well as what doesn't. So your sidekick's more like a working partner, I guess. My ex-partners, says Fanny. So maybe they play that role for you, but yes, it's more like a working partnership, I guess. Well, maybe it could even be, definitely could be your partner. In terms of maybe you just complement each other so well. Your skills aren't the same as their skills, but together you create this like formidable partnership where you know that they'll do the things you can't do and you can do for them the things they can't do. I have that friend, says Selena. For me, yeah, at the moment, I mean, there's like my web developer, Hugo, legend. I know what makes him tick, he knows what makes me tick. I'm like, I need to get this done. He'll hold me accountable for things, I'll hold him accountable. Done. Almost like a double act, says Mary. Yeah, definitely. And you might have a few of these. Again, you might have one in business, one in your relationship, one in your personal life. Nina's not sure. She says not really, no. So maybe that's someone you need to seek out, Nina. So let's recap on these people. You can write these down, guys, and then you can, in your own time, write the name of the person you think plays that role in your life. If you ain't got that, then let's work towards getting it. Constant improvement, yeah? So 7 was the sidekick. Kim says she doesn't think she does. It took me a while to think about that, Kim. I don't think in my personal life I necessarily do, but in my professional life, in my business, I definitely do. I think that is probably Hugo, my web guy. Awesome chap. Always working on the website. Sometimes I wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and I'll see things that he's pushed through at 5 a.m. and he's in the UK, so I don't know what time he goes to bed. But like, he just can read my mind sometimes. Before I've told him to change something on the site, he's already done it. 6, the loyalist. So 7 was the sidekick. 6 was the loyalist. Sam's going to be your number 7, Nina. 6 loyalist. 5, the inspirational figure. That's going to be like your hero. We've all got that. That's like I say, my Michael Jackson kind of figure. 4, devil's advocate. Maybe it's not someone who always plays that role, but you know, sometimes they do. Sometimes you play it for them, vice versa. Devil's advocate was number 4. Number 3, you need lots of these people in your life, not just one. Was mentor, the mentor. Number 3. Number 2, the die-hard optimist. Nina says, bless you. There you go, Sam. You could be a number 7. So die-hard optimist was number 2. Hugely important. Number 1, the kind-hearted friend. Again, massively important. We all need that. So guys, they were the 7 people you need in your life to succeed. Now remember what I said at the beginning, you're going to be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if the 5 people you spend the most time with can all play one or more of those roles, then you're laughing. If you're spending time with people who don't play those roles for you, don't support you, don't play devil's advocate, aren't the kind-hearted friends, don't inspire you, maybe it's time to upgrade your peer group, okay? And like I said at the start, you can't choose your family, so don't disown them, but you can choose your friends. And again, don't disown them, okay? But when you start asking for more from other people and you start raising your standards and living a higher quality of life, having more success, we've mentioned this so many times before, those people who do drain your batteries and don't want to be around that success just eject themselves from your group and you won't see them as much, which is a shame, but for you to have a better life, sometimes that has to happen. So let me know, how many out of the 7 do you think you've got on average? Do you reckon? How many do you think you need to find out of those 7? We can also limit our time with the negative people if we don't want to eliminate them. Definitely, Tony, without a doubt. You don't have to cut these people off. They'll either do that for you, or you just cut the amount of time you spend. 5, says Nina. 6. So you need to find 1 or 2 then. But I just think it's interesting to, it's stuff that we know this all the time. I think I've got 5 of those. Says Sam. 6. Says Helen. Well, that's great. You don't need to go out and find too many more. But yeah, it's interesting just to remind ourselves of this and just go, are the people I'm hanging out with right now really driving me forward in my life, really pushing me, holding me accountable, making me go out there and demand more of myself, raise my standards, ask more of life. I've said this before, life will pay any price you ask of it, but what are you asking of it right now? 1 at a push and they are not a friend, says Fanny. There you go. Well, you don't need to worry about them then Fanny, no problem. I'm a great devil to go shopping with. Of course, that you should buy those. Oh, like devil's advocate shopping. Don't go shopping with Sam then. She'll make you spend all your money. I think I have 3 to find, says Kim. Definitely. But yeah, but just, like I said, life will ask any price. Life will give, any price you ask of it. But what are you asking of it, and what are you asking of the people around you? So if you're that kind-hearted friend for all your mates, and yet not one of them is that kind-hearted friend kind of for you, or that loyalist for you, then maybe you need to start kind of asking for more from them. Simple as that. You're not having a go at them. You just want a bit more. You're just asking life for a little bit more. Kim needs a sidekick for sure, definitely. I think it's nice when you find, there's been certain relationships I've been in where that sidekick has been the person that I've been with, which is really cool when you complement each other like that, so that your skills aren't the same. You both have unique abilities that you bring to the table, but they don't overlap, so you can work together, and become a really good team that way. That's really cool when that happens. But yeah, you need sidekicks in all areas of your life, definitely. So have a think this week, and be on the lookout for those people, because I think in life sometimes relationships, I'm not talking intimate ones and partnerships like that, but sometimes relationships just with people in general are the thing that we put the least effort into, in terms of we just feel that it's all going to fall into place and we'll just come across these people. You need to put as much energy into this as you do in every other area of your life. Sidekicks were the shots of pre-drinking back in the day. I remember that. Yeah, they were. Sidekicks were little shots with a foil lid that you could take off and you'd down, and they just tasted like flavoured water, and yet they were supposed to be vodka and tequila and all these kind of things. Mental. That's a UK thing, I think, Tony. You probably don't have that. You wouldn't have wanted them anyway, mate. They weren't. They did not do the trick, and they were like £2 each. So they were like $3 each, and they didn't do anything. They didn't have any effect. This coffee has the right effect for me these days. So guys, we're going to be back on Friday for the last, Tony says they don't have them there, the last book club on Michael Port's Steal the Show. We're going to be looking at the last performance principle that we've not looked at yet, because we've looked at the as-if principle, and that's acting as if you've already achieved what you want, in order to kind of have a pre-rehearsal in your head before you go out and try and get it, so that you feel you've got it before you've got it, and you're just a hell of a lot more confident about getting it. We then looked at being in the moment, okay, so being in the moment, both as actors and just being in the moment in life, as opposed to fearing the future and regretting the past. And then last week we looked at raising the stakes, about taking more risks. We're now going to look at the last one on the list here, that I think's a good one, is say yes and. Now, I've not read the chapter yet, but I think that's probably going to stem, because he's an actor, from improvisation. So in improvisation as an actor, listen to this on Audible right now, glad you're sharing it with us, awesome Tony. So I think as actors, sometimes in improvisations, someone will offer you something as an actor and go, oh look, there's the door or something, or would you like this? And then and a lot of actors go no. And it just stops the improvisation in its tracks, and it can have that same effect in life. If you say yes and then you carry on the improvisation, life gets a lot more interesting, the scene gets a lot more interesting, the story can develop. So I think I'm second guessing, but I think that's probably what it's going to be about, saying yes and, but I haven't read it yet, so I will do obviously before Friday, so I have a clue what I'm talking about. Thanks for joining. Sam says shot down, improvisation partners, definitely. God, who's been in an audition where their partner who they've been asked to read with has just like, you've gone, oh God, why did I get partnered with them? They've killed it all. They don't, particularly in improvisation, it's like drawing blood out of a stone, and you're like, everything that I say, oh my God, it's on fire. No, it's not. Oh right. Yes, sorry, it's not. It's mental. I had that once for a BBC drama as a kid, and I got through to like three different recalls, and then I got in and was like, this girl I was put with, I was like, oh, this is not happening, and it didn't happen. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating, but that's the luck of the draw, there you go. Or they just give you a look, says Sam. Yeah, I hate improvisation though, I hate it. Now, as an adult, I think it's because I fear it or something, because of those past experiences where it's gone wrong. If I'm on my own, it's fine. Improvisation in a group, I cringe at a little bit, because there's always the loud one, isn't there? There's always the loud person in the group who has to be the centre of attention, to shout so that the casting director hears them. However, the casting director can see through that, and you must remember that. Don't try and compete with them. The casting director is equally looking at them like, oh, shut up, just as you are, okay? I had that at a workshop with Roland Beckley with a script. Brilliant, Nina. I've had it a lot of times, honestly. But yeah, you always get that one standout person who's like, I've got to be the loudest and shout the biggest. And then I'll be seen and I'll get the part. And everyone in the room's just looking at him going, what are you doing? Why are you even here? So don't try and compete with that. Remember, confidence is quiet. Insecurity is very loud. I live by that. And with that, I'm going to go and be quiet somewhere. But thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching this on the replay, appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in and staying with us this far. We had no trolls tonight, guys, which was amazing. So we had no stupid comments. So that's quite nice. So we know we can share these scopes in future, and we won't be descended on by morons. Pleasure Selena says night. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. And I'll see you guys Friday night for book club. I didn't get the answers on the scope on Monday because of all the crazy comments, but quickly, like I said, I'm thinking of doing a motivation and mind hacks Periscope on a Monday, A book club, we will move from Friday to Wednesday. And then on Friday night, because I know a lot of people do things on Friday nights, although we don't because we're geeks, I was thinking of doing something called 5 Minute Friday, which is actually a podcast that you download from iTunes. And it's just going to be a little bit, it's going to be like a mini version of a Periscope on a particular topic. There's just 5 minutes of like inspiration that you can then carry around with you on your phone and listen to any time at all. Sam says she barely remembers what Monday was about at all. I don't even think I remember what Monday was about, Sam. Let's just write it off. Sounds good, says Selena. So that would mean we would just do 2 Periscopes a week, but you would get 1 podcast then, extra, that would be available on iTunes, and you can just, you know, build up and listen to wherever you are, from wherever you are. You know, you don't have to be here live. Yep, sounds good, says Helen. Love podcast, says Selena. Thanks, says Kim. Awesome. I'll look at doing that. It'll just be a little bit of wisdom. Probably not mine, because I generally just read a lot and pass on other people's wisdom. But it'll be something that you can implement into your life for the weekend and then the following week to help you get further in your life faster, as I always say. Awesome. Well, I will look at that, guys, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Be there, be square. Tony, 5 p.m. your time. You might have a girlfriend by then. I might. Who knows? I'll see you soon, guys. Bye for now.